Hello everyone, my name is Maitri Parashar and I am a team member of Lexis & Company. For today my topic will be impact of coronavirus threat and restrictions on Indian companies, legal and regulatory changes. In this topic I will be discussing about several regulatory changes adopted by the Government of India for the Indian companies along with the restrictions imposed on them. India has been put in a place with strict restrictions due to coronavirus. On March 24, 2020, the Government of India took extraordinary measures to further contain the spread of novel COVID-19 and enforce a complete lockdown across the nation. For many, this lockdown is a once-in-a-lifetime event and will severely impact the economic activities, both small and medium businesses, supply chains, etc. To minimize some of the adverse effects of the lockdown and other restraining measures, the central as well as the state governments introduced new compliances and regulatory changes which shall help the companies to survive this economic shock. In the following topic, I will be covering about the latest tax, legal compliance and compliance changes. Announcement on regulatory taxation during the lockdown. The Indian Finance Minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, has released a press note as on March 24, 2020, with various relaxation efforts in order to ease the tensions of missed deadlines under different statutory provisions and schemes. In order to give effect to the announcements made by the Indian Finance Minister, the government has brought in an ordinance on March 31, 2020, which provides an extension of various time limits under the Taxation and Benami Property Acts. It also provides the extension of time limits contained in the rules or notification which are prescribed or issued under the following acts. Some of the important features and time limits which get extension and the ordinances are: first will be income tax. The last date for filing original as well as revised income tax returns for financial year 2018-19 will be extended to March 31st, 2020 to June 30, 2020. Similarly, the mandatory requirements to link Aadhaar number with PAN by March 31st has been extended till June 30th, 2020. Due date for issue of notice, intimation, notification, approval order, sanction order, filing of appeal, furnishing of return, statement applications, reports, any other documents, and time limit for completion of proceedings by the authority and any compliance by the taxpayer, including investment and saving instruments or investments for rollover benefits of capital gains under the Income Tax Act, Wealth Tax Act, Prohibition of Benami Property Transaction Act, Black Money Act, STT law, CTT law, Equalization and Levy law, where the time limit is expired between March 20, 2020 to June 29, 2020 shall be extended to June 30, 2020. For delayed payments of advance tax, self-assessment tax, regular tax, TDS, TCS, equalization, Levy, STT, CTT made between March 20, 2020 and June 30, 2020, reduce interest rate at 9% instead of 12% or 18% per annum will be charged for this period. No late fee shall be charged or penalty or prosecution shall be initiated for delay relating to this period. This provides the respite needed by corporates who are facing issues with work from home modes in terms of completing and the required tax deadlines. The date for commencement of operation by SEZ units for claiming deduction under Section 10AA of the ITA has been extended to June 30, 2020 for the units which received necessary approval by March 31st, 2020. The Vivad Se Vishwas scheme, which is a settlement scheme for tax disputes between individuals and the tax department, and offers waiver of interest and penalty to the taxpayer with a full and final settlement, has been given an extended deadline for the payment. No addition of 10% amount shall be paid if payments are done by June 30, 2020. The timeline for making investment for claiming deduction under Chapter 4th B of the ITA, that includes payments of insurance premium, public provident fund, Mediclaim donations, etc., has also been extended to June 30, 2020 for claiming deduction for financial year 2019-20. Similarly, the timeline for making investments, purchase, construction for residential house, property for the purpose of claiming deduction in respect to capital gains under section 54 to 54 GB of the ITA is also extended to June 30, 2020 for claiming deduction for the financial year 2019-2020. Second, we will move on to GST or indirect tax. An ordinance is passed to introduce a new section under CGST Act which extends powers to central government on recommendation of GST Council to issue notification to extend the time limit which cannot be completed due to situations such as war, epidemic, flood, drought, etc. The due date for filing GSTR 3B returns, which are due in the month of March, April and May 2020, will be extended till June 30, 2020. The due date for filing GSTR 3B return for the month of May 2020 is extended up to 27th June 2020 for taxpayer having aggregated turnover above INR 50 million in preceding financial year until July 12, 2020 for taxpayer having aggregated turnover below INR 50 million in preceding financial year. The due date for filing annual return from Form GSTR 9(9)C is extended till September 30, 2020. The next will be customs. Customs proposed to include the activity of custom clearance under the list of essential services, and therefore custom clearances imported goods would be carried out 24/7 till June 30, 2020. Due date for issue of the notice, notification, approval order, sanction order, filing appeal, furnishing applications, reports, any other documents, etc., time limit for any compliance under the Custom Act and other allied laws where the time limit is expiring between March 20, 2020 to June 29, 2020 shall be extended to June 30, 2020. Foreign trade policy. The existing foreign trade policy 2015-2020, which was expiring on March 31st, is to be extended for a year up to 31st March 2021. Due date for filing application for MEIS incentive for Levi export order received for exports between 1st February 2019 to 31st May 2019 is to be extended for 12 to 15 months more. Due date for filing application for SEIS for financial year 2018-19 has been extended to 31st December 2020 from March 31st, 2020. The list of eligible services entitled to avail the benefit of SEIS for financial year 2019-20 and the rate of entitlement to be notified separately. Corporate affairs. No additional fees shall be charged for late filing during moratorium period from April 1st, 2020 to September 30, 2020 in respect of any document, return, statement, etc. required to be filed in the MCA 21 registry, irrespective of the due date, which will not only reduce the compliance burden, including the financial burden of companies, LLPs at the large, but also enable long-standing non-compliance companies, LLPs, to make a fresh start. The mandatory requirement for holding meetings of the board of the companies within prescribed interval provided for the Companies Act is presently is 120 days, shall be extended to a period of 60 days till next 2 quarters, that is till September 30, 2020. Next is new compliance for web from CAR to for all companies, limited liability partnership. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs MCA has released an advisory on March 20, 2020. Through this advisory and with an objective to ensure and generate awareness on readiness to deal with the situation in India, the MCA has deployed a web form for companies or LLPs to confirm their readiness to deal with the threat of COVID-19. The web form is named as CAR, Company Affirmation of Readiness Towards COVID-19. and was deployed on March 23, 2020 on the portal of MCA. All companies or limited liability partnerships are requested to comply and file the Form CAR. The MCA has clarified that filing of said form is purely voluntary. As such, no penalty or enforcement related actions will be applicable who have failed to do so. The next is COVID-19 related expenses recognized as CSR. Since COVID-19 was declared as pandemic by the World Health Organization and the Government of India treats it as notified disaster, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs clarified on March 23, 2020 that the spending of CSR funds for COVID-19 related relief work is eligible CSR activity. Funds may be spent for various activities related to COVID-19 such as promotion of healthcare and disaster management. Force majeure clause during coronavirus. On February 19, 2020, the Government of India issued Office Memorandum stating that coronavirus shall be considered as natural calamity and force majeure clause may be invoked wherever necessary. It is a common practice in India to add force majeure clause in commercial contracts. Therefore, it is a high time for businesses to evaluate all commercial contracts with force majeure clause and initiate appropriate action under the said clause if it is evident that COVID-19 situation will hamper the capacity of either of the parties to contract to fulfill their legal obligations on time. Options for triggering of material adverse change clauses, possibility of renegotiating contracts for price volumes of supply may also be analyzed.